All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most intense and powerful human dramas you'll ever find. It's a story about family, jealousy, and fate, and it comes straight from the ancient text of Genesis. We're talking, of course, about the story of Joseph.
At its core, this whole thing is a family tragedy. It's really about how a father's love, something that should be a blessing, ends up being a total curse. And it's about how one young man's dreams, instead of inspiring people, lit a fire of hatred that was just destined to burn everything down.
So to really get this, you got to meet the family. You have the patriarch Jacob and his 12 sons. But this is not a happy, united family, not even close. The whole thing is incredibly dysfunctional, and it all stems from Jacob's blatant, over-the-top favoritism for his 17-year-old son, Joseph.
And Jacob gives Joseph this gift, a tunic of many colors. Now, this isn't just a fancy coat. In their world, clothes mean something. They signify your status. So this tunic, it was like a walking, talking billboard that screamed, "I'm the special one. Dad loves me more." It was a symbol his brothers had to stare at every single day.
And this slide lays it out perfectly. On one side, you've got Jacob's love showering it all on Joseph, the son of his old age. And on the other side, you get the completely predictable result, the brothers' hatred. It got so bad they literally couldn't even speak a kind word to him. They were just filled with envy. And to make matters worse, Joseph would apparently tattle on them to their dad.
So the situation is already a complete powder keg, right? And then Joseph starts to dream. He has these two incredibly vivid visions. And, well, maybe not so wisely, he tells his brothers all about them. This is the exact moment their simmering resentment boils over into something way, way more dangerous.
I mean, the symbolism here it's not subtle at all, is it? Joseph's bundle of grain, that's him, it stands up tall, while his brothers' bundles literally bow down to it. In that culture, where birth order meant everything, this was a jaw-dropping claim of future power. And the brothers' reaction? It's instant, and it is furious. They don't see this as some mystic vision. Oh no, they see it as a straight-up threat. "You think you're going to rule us?" they sneer. For them, this dream isn't a prophecy. It's a provocation. And yeah, they hated him even more for it.
You'd think Joseph might have learned his lesson, but nope. He has another dream, and this one is even more ambitious. This time, it's not just bundles of grain. This time, it's the sun, the moon, and 11 stars. We're talking cosmic bodies here, all bowing down to him. The implication is crystal clear. Even mom and dad are going to bow to me one day.
Now check this out. Jacob's reaction is really interesting. Even Jacob, who absolutely adores Joseph, calls him out on this one. It's too much, it's too arrogant. But, and this is a crucial detail, while his brothers were just stewing in their envy, the text says his father reflected on it. He was bothered for sure, but he was also thinking, what if?
Okay, so this is where everything starts to spiral. Sometime later, Jacob sends Joseph to go check on his brothers. They're way out in the fields tending the flocks. And unsuspecting Joseph just sets off on this journey, having no idea he's walking straight into a trap laid by his own family.
You can trace his whole path right here. He starts in Hebron, gets to a place called Shechem, and finds out his brothers aren't there. But instead of just turning back, he keeps going. He presses on to Dothan. There's just this tragic irony in how determined he is to find the very people who, at that exact moment, are planning his demise.
This is the chilling moment. They spot him from far away, probably because of that unmistakable coat, and their first thought is murder. And listen to what they call him. Here comes that dreamer. It's just dripping with contempt. His dreams have become his whole identity, and to them, that identity is a death sentence.
And their plan is just so cold, so calculated. Kill him, dump the body, make up a cover story for Dad. And that last line, that just gives me chills. Then we shall see what becomes of his dreams. They're not just trying to kill their brother, they are trying to murder his destiny. But just for a second, there's a glimmer of hope. Reuben, the oldest, he steps in. He can't stop them completely, but he talks them out of getting Joseph's blood on their hands directly. His idea is, hey, let's just throw him in this empty well. His secret plan was to sneak back later and rescue him. It was a desperate move, and, spoiler alert, it doesn't work out.
Okay, so this brings us to the absolute climax of the betrayal. The plot is in motion. The second Joseph shows up, his life is about to be turned upside down, and the crime itself is about to shift from a hot-blooded murder to a cold, heartless business transaction.
Just look at how this goes down. Joseph arrives, probably smiling, happy to see them, and bam, they're on him. They violently rip that tunic off of him, the very symbol of all their resentment, and then they throw him into an empty pit, leaving him there in the dark.
So as they're sitting down to eat, can you believe that? A merchant caravan shows up, heading to Egypt. And another brother, Judah, gets an idea. His logic is just chillingly practical. What's the profit in killing him? Let's sell him instead. It's all about the bottom line. It's better to make some money off their brother than to just kill him for free.
And that's it. The deal is done. They haul their brother out of the pit and sell him to these traders. And the price? The price for their own brother's life? As you can see, it was 20 pieces of silver.
So Joseph is gone, on his way to Egypt to be a slave. But the crime isn't over, not by a long shot. Now the brothers have to go home and face their father. This next part is all about the cover-up, a lie so cruel, so elaborate, designed to hide what they've done. The deception is just methodical. They kill a goat for its blood, they take that famous tunic, that symbol of love and jealousy, and they soak it. Then they take this horrible piece of evidence to their father. And they don't even tell a story, they just play dumb, holding it out and asking, we found this, is this your son's?
And of course, Jacob recognizes it immediately. He jumps to the exact conclusion his sons wanted him to, and his reaction is just one of pure, absolute despair. He doesn't just think Joseph is dead, he pictures the most violent, gruesome end imaginable, torn to pieces. Jacob's grief is just bottomless. He tears his clothes, which is a sign of the deepest mourning. And here's the most bitter, twisted irony of all. His children, the very people who caused all this pain, gather around him to comfort him, and he just refuses. He can't be comforted. And while Jacob is trapped in this endless grief, thinking his favorite son is gone forever, Joseph's story is actually just beginning. He gets to Egypt, a slave, and is sold to a man named Potiphar, who's a big deal, an officer in Pharaoh's court. His world has been completely shattered, but his journey is far from over.
So it leaves us with this huge question. On the one hand, this looks like the tragic story of a family absolutely destroyed by jealousy, a young boy's life ruined. But was that really the end? Or was this horrific act of betrayal somehow the necessary, awful first step in a story that was so much bigger, the unlikely start of a whole nation's destiny? It's definitely something to think about.